Okay, so uh, first half is completely not related to sales, right? It can be really just anything, right? The most unrelated thing. And then you transition into the process. Again, seemingly not related to sales, but then later on there will be a kind of a twist where you reveal, how this is actually very related to sales. So what's the thing that is unrelated? It is she has a love for her craft, right? Could be cutting hair, whatever. And in this case, she needs to pay to learn how to cut hair. And in her free time, she will record videos, but editing videos takes hours, so she gave up. Okay, so how is this related? Because if you are a business owner, it's very important to call out the ICA. I think for Vincent, your recent post, you did call out, but it's a little bit indirect, which is still okay. But as often as possible, you want to always call out these business owners and say that. And this is so true, right? If you think from the buyer's journey, okay, that is what a lot of business owners do. It's not you. As a professional, you will not give up, right? But just because that is you, you cannot assume that other people think like that. Okay, the ICA, you must master the ICA. Okay, it's like me. I got so many hats to wear. It is true. I have given up on a lot of prospects. Okay, it just slipped off my mind. It just slipped off my radar. It's just really because there's only just one of me. And it's true. I might have lost a lot of sales because I just let them slip me by. So call to action. Yeah, this is perfect. Good, fantastic. Okay, so I will not add anything else. And you guys got to comment on my post as well. You comment on each other
Oh
thing, comment
yeah,
on mine. Okay, I
I
also need
forgot.
support. Okay. And then let's look at Leanne's one, and then Vincent's one. Okay, then with this closer hiring post. French speaking. Okay, you guys can't do it. Forget it. Okay, so this is holding on and letting go. So business owner, yep, yes, very good. Okay, so this is enough. You don't need to be very specific on what to let go. Like just the emotion here, energy is good enough. Okay. Then I'll do Vincent's one. Then we will. Vincent is very super funny. Last week durian, this week rats, mice, rats. Okay, so I'll review Vincent's one, and then I'll explain something really important about closer copy, about closing in general. Okay, even when you close on text. Okay, so Facebook. I'm not sure about LinkedIn. Okay, I hope you guys are sharing all across Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. Okay, don't just share on one place. Okay. Uh, s- Platforms they punish reach for putting external links because they want you to stay inside their platform. Okay, so links you can put in the comments. Okay, try not to put it on the main post, otherwise engagement will drop. Okay, so you guys help Vincent with his engagement as well. Okay, I I don't see the link. Does anyone else see the link? What's the link between the rat seeing hope, continuing to swim, and a business owner seeing hope, and then they delegate? I actually don't see the link this time. And someone enlightened me.
Wait, let me read again.
Okay, so the business owner is drowning and you are the hope. The closer is the one that brings the hope. Am I getting it?
The the right system and the right help is the hope.
Okay, say that. Say that. So if you are a business owner and you feel kind of drowning in this, then the right closer will rescue you so that okay, I really don't know how to link this. Okay, maybe try another angle. I'm not sure how to link this.
I think the overall context is a lot of business owners they are spending a lot of time to go after the unqualified calls and stuff, administrative stuff. And what's the result of that is they are burnout, frustrated, and so on. And in order for like the mice example, when they when they lose opportunities, when they spend hours doing all these works, like the rats, they a lot of time they give up, after a while. So when they start to in the mice example is when they see hope, when the researcher helped them, they they saw hope and eventually they went on for a long time. That's for the rest example. So same, I want to transition you to the business owners. So if they have someone who can help them, not rescue them, but let's say someone who can help them, they will be able to go far.
Okay. Okay. So I think uh because this is taking a lot of brain juice to
Yeah.
actually reorganize. So what you can do is you can simplify it further and say, are you drowning
Mm.
like these rats? Okay, then let me explain. So these rats in an experiment, they almost gave up swimming,
Mm.
right? Just like you as a business owner, you might have uh, been drowning in all this and you're considering, giving up, or maybe you have already given up a lot of opportunities. Okay. And here's the thing, when they were given the right support, they could go further, they can go longer, and they can swim much more effectively.
Mm.
A lot of times when it comes to sales, like we narrow down to sales, if you as a business owner want to swim further, better, more effectively, what you need might be the right closer that can handle the calls for you. Something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, very creative. Okay, last week durian, then this week rats. Next week, I'm really looking forward to next week. I just can't predict. It's impossible to predict where you'll go with this. Okay, but I love the humor. I think I just love overall that you're having fun. And it's a rare trait that when you're not having fun, like from a couple of weeks back, actually no, most of it, you look like you're having fun. And the more you have fun, the more strokes of genius that you have. So there's a strength to be aware of, okay, so that you can keep triggering uh, this button in you. Okay, so great work. Loving all the copies. Okay, not easy, I know, to take the time to get this done. Mm. Okay, so a quick summary, okay, on what I wanted to say is that when you close, or when you write, or when you express yourself, okay, beneath the copy or beneath the words, okay, people sense the subconscious intent. And this subconscious intent is very difficult to express in words, even though you are writing, you are talking. The thing that hits your listener, your prospect, your reader immediately is the subconscious intent. You must be conscious of this, conscious of the subconscious, because for a lot of people, they are not conscious of this. So what happens is their logical brain zooms very narrow into a very technical thing. Like, what's the line I should say? What is the technique that I should do? Okay. These kind of like very small refinements is done in training. When you are executing, you have to be conscious of your subconscious and trust, absolutely trust your subconscious. Trust the message that your subconscious is sending out. Because once your logical mind goes to analyze it, okay, you are trapped in that, oh, I should have said this. Oh, why I didn't say this, right? What if I said the wrong thing? What if they take it the wrong way? Right? When you go, what if, what if, what if, what if, your conscious mind jams your full potential. Okay, what really people are listening to you is your inner man or your inner woman, which means that who are you? You just express. You don't overanalyze and you don't second guess yourself. So if this week your copy came out much faster and much better, okay, it might be because you're starting to get a hang of this. Why people get stuck is they write three words and then they think. Right? So you just pour everything out first. You realize, oh, no, it's like 70% done, right? And that saves you like hours of squeezing out one word by one word by one word. Right? And I don't know if you noticed this, but I know that Leanne has been listening to the affirmations. I don't know how often, Elson, you are listening to it. I don't even know if Vincent gave it a shot. But each of you, have you noticed any strange results?
Personally, not yet. I feel like I should listen to it more.
For me, it's more like it makes me want to take action more instead of like being scared and like just like putting it off.
Okay, I'm gonna assume
Oh,
Vincent hasn't tried. Okay.
sorry, I commented, so I did try to listen, and what I hear was what I hear mostly the monster voice,
Yeah. Okay,
because
no,
there
no,
are
I
voices.
know you're a
They are,
super busy man, so okay,
no,
completely
no, I mean,
understandable.
there are voices overlapping each other. I know, maybe there is some sort of magic in there, but there's. I'm sorry, but this is not my type of things. Yeah.
Okay, no,
Maybe you can explain to me like exactly maybe how it works and what should I do. But when I listen to it, it is a bit like multiple voices coming together and overlapping, which I cannot hear a thing. And
you're not supposed to hear it.
yeah,
You're
and
not supposed to hear it.
I'm a clarity closer. I need clarity. I don't know what's that. So I give
Yeah,
up.
no worries. So this thing is an energy. This thing is a consciousness that I had the affinity to learn and experiment and trial and error since 2014. And I never wanted to share it. I only share it with the people closest to me, just because there's so much explaining to do, right? but I had a long thought about it. And by long, I mean like years. Like, should I put it for the public to learn, right? And every single time, the response is the same. Like, I don't know what it is, right? So that's a very normal response. Okay, but the good thing is that what I've seen over the years is that these affirmations, they behave in a strange way. Like they will call out to you at the right timing. So right now, if it's not calling out to you and you force yourself to go and listen, it's probably not going to work very well. But if you listen and you feel at peace and you are curious, okay, I can share more, right? And it calls out to you, that means the timing is now. Okay, I guess what I can do now is spend a few minutes to explain. And it doesn't matter whether you listen once or as often as Lian did, because I can see the views climbing up. I believe like half of them might be from Lian. Uh, yeah, it doesn't matter whether you listen once or consistently. What's important is to be aware of the thing that is very difficult to be aware of.
What?
It's a lot clearer, easier to see what's happening for someone else because you're the bystander rather than yourself going through the change. You might not realize it. If you are in my position, it will be super ultra clear because the last copy I wrote for you guys was last Wednesday, I believe. My assumption, and this is not your fault because I did not say anything at all. I just assumed to myself that you would post it there and then. So I waited, and I was like, it's gonna come. Maybe they went to sleep. Maybe tomorrow. Right? And I waited Thursday, nothing. And Friday, nothing. Right? So I waited for every day. And then by like Tuesday, my blood was boiling, 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 boiling. And I was like, and I wrote for them already. Do I have to post it for them? And then I think, okay, finally, you guys like, what, do you all arrange to post at the same time?
Kinda like
Because we
uh
were calling, we were trying to role play, and then after that, like Lian mentioned that like we haven't posted the thing that you sent us, and we just decided, okay, let's post together.
Yeah, so here's the thing. It's not just that you guys posted, it's you guys took the time to like you were able to decode how to write it, especially for Lian who always struggled with writing. And your posts don't look very chat GPT, so I don't think you relied a lot on AI, I believe. Yeah, and it came out the right way and it didn't feel forced. So if you listen to the affirmations and then this action flowed out of you, and it is the right action, it's a needle moving action. It's not like fidget with Canva for 10 hours kind of thing. It's like it's the right thing, it needs to be done, and it's out. And Lian is also in talks with other business owners for potential offers, which is again something that didn't happen before the affirmations. So when these actions are flowing out of you, you will not think it is strange. You know why?
it's like I think it's normal, like I don't realize it's something different.
Okay, let me explain it this way. So for Lian, let's say you're a bystander and you notice Elson, okay, mm, suddenly becoming very feminine and let's say taking up cheerleading. And he goes like, ooh, and it's something completely out of how you know him. Would you think it's strange?
Yeah.
Yes, but if he went through that change subconsciously, he would not think it's strange. He would just say, I want to do it, what's wrong? This is me, you know? So that's how I see you guys change. Because you subconsciously change, that's you. You will not think that it's weird. You will be like, yeah, that's me. I'm someone who writes long copy. I'm someone who engages business owners. But really? Were you doing that last week? No. So is it strange?
Yeah.
It didn't happen until the affirmations. So you actually need to write the dates down where you listen to the affirmations. Because why? You will definitely forget. You will forget that you asked for this change and that you immerse yourself in this product. And then the change happened and you got the result. You took the action. When you take the right action, you will get the right result.
Yeah,
Then
sorry.
yeah, because you take the action, you take the right result, you get the right result, you will actually forget that, oh yeah, I sat down and I had this intention and I immersed myself in this product. And the rewiring happened. And then Tuesday or Wednesday comes, the copy is done. But what happened last week? What happened that time when you tried to write then? Before the affirmation, do you remember? You took a long time to squeeze out that few words, right?
Yeah.
So now I ask you again, is it strange?
Actually, yeah. I remember yesterday I was writing my copy, like it felt way faster and like it kind of flowed smoothly, like instead of like last time where I just like stay stuck in that first two sentences for like a while.
Yes, so this is you training yourself to be conscious of the subconscious. Your body sends you signals. Your body is a very smart device. Your subconscious involve a lot of things, your digestion, your sleep, your organs, your muscles, your bones. Do they send you signs? They give you immediate signs if you think about it. There's a little ache, right? Is your body making noise saying, hey, you're neglecting this part of me. Can you stop, going to that extreme and give me a little bit more balance and care or awareness or love or strengthening, right? Your body gives you signs, right? That is also a form of your subconscious mind. On a sales call, your body tells you, don't trust this guy, don't trust this guy, or explore this trigger word, or explore this trigger, or it's a smoke screen, it's a smoke screen. That's your hunch. It's also your subconscious communicating with you. You need to be aware of these things. Most people with the untrained mind, they will just brush it aside. Now, what happens when you keep brushing away a recurring signal from the subconscious? Do you know?
It'll affect you badly.
They will escalate it. True or false? You sweep a problem under the rug. When it comes back, is it the same or is it worse?
Worse.
Same. Same with the good, same with the bad. So as a closer, okay, you have to be super acutely aware of these things, and that takes training. Aware of the energy that your copy sends out, aware of the energy of the impact of your words, aware of, in this case, the product that you put into your mind. Okay, when the change happens, you will not realize it. But you guys have to watch out for each other. Okay, I will watch out for you. Okay, if Vincent, you try it. Okay, we will definitely see the change very, very obvious. And because you guys are my inner circle, I can do all these affirmations for you. You just need to share with me what do you feel is maybe it's expression, maybe it's a certain belief, maybe it's something that you often think about. And to you, this thing is impossible to solve. I can guarantee you, your subconscious has the answer. It will find a way to just open up that path. You must still take action, you must still show up, but it's just like your copy, there's no struggle. You just need to show up. It will work with you and it will be so much easier okay, to overcome it. Okay, so journal, okay, and write down the date, the session. If tonight you listen again, 11 p.m., right now, 11 p.m., okay, what's the name of the product? Okay, I will be creating different ones over time. Just write the name down. And the time, okay, and the date and the name. And you must write down from this session, what is your intention? Okay, you must set.
So you have to set intention. Because like for me, I just listen and then like while I'm getting ready or something. And then like I won't immediately feel it. Like I'll
No,
just
you won't. Because it's going here and then going to that. Okay. You must set a clear intention. The best way to do that is to write it down. Otherwise, your subconscious does not know what you want. And that can be dangerous. If they start giving you everything, it might not be a good thing. Right? Like you might not have asked for an opportunity, you might just have said, I want progress. And then they give you that guy, will give you the opportunity, which I see, I don't know whether is it good or not. So you must be clear, like maybe I want a female, who is maybe, 5 years ahead of me, 6 years ahead of me, like mature, is who I aspire to be, someone I can model after, maybe a female business owner, right? With good energy that can lead me, that can also teach me. And of course, I can work well with her, right? She might have a small team, a great team, just enough space for me to blossom in the team, and I get paid well. Like, right, these things down, because what is this? Is this not energy? But if you're like, okay, whatever, I'm going to do some work and I listen, or whatever, just give me progress. And you get a guy influencer that might be more aligned with, Vincent or Elson, and might not be comfortable for your energy. And then you're like, why is this conversation like weird, right? So you got to set the right intention. I learned this together with my wife when we were just teammates. Right, so I wrote my goals down, she wrote her goals down. Up to that point in time, she had only been dating females. Gay, she's lesbian. 3 girlfriends up to that point. Then she broke up with a third. And she took out a big, big notebook, which I would see, a couple of years later. And on that notebook, right, it was December 2018. She said, for this coming new year, which is 2019, I want to have my dream ideal partner that we can settle down. There was only one problem. Up to that point, she was sure she would never date guys. She was like short hair. She looked like a guy. All of us actually thought she was a guy. In that sentence, she did not specify the gender. So in 2019, I appeared. It's me. It's a guy. And then she always asks, why did I attract a guy? I'm not into guys. How is it possible that I would like a guy? Right? No one could answer her until one day I went to her house and I found that book. I was flipping and I reading through her note. Hmm? Oh, that's it. It's right here. You didn't specify the gender. That's how I came into your life. Right? So how to explain? Right? Is it scientific? I don't know. Okay, so when you write down, words have power, words have energy. Okay, words are the vessels that shape your thought. There is a frequency to that word. So you got to know what is the frequency that you are sending out. Okay. Once you write down, now you can visualize. I believe for Elson, for you to perform the tricks accurately, the magic tricks accurately, a part of your mind has to kind of see like 2, 3 steps ahead, like kind of see the moves, right? You need some visualization skills, right? Some people can't visualize, but it is a muscle that you have to train, right? The PayPal screenshots I sent you guys, do you still have it? Bring it out, look at it, okay, tell yourself, I deserve this. Why? I can close. Why I can close? I've been practicing my objections. I might not be fully there yet, but nobody is. I am getting the hang of a sales call. I will close. Why can I close? I can book calls. Why can I book calls? I can text. Why can I text? I can create content that attract prospects, that attract the right offers. So when you reinforce this belief, now there's a creative power in you. You can start to create these things. Okay, how do you think I created everything I have now? It's the same creative process. Okay. Yes, Vincent.
What is your advice for someone like me who do not have the belief on what the theta fusion is on my screen now? And
Mhm.
then I just find it very disturbing to not hearing any things at all from the things.
Okay, so if you scroll to the comments, you will see
Yeah.
a list of the affirmations being used. So that is how you can trust the words. Okay, that it's not some random chanting. It is simply saying that you are someone who takes decisive action. Okay, I feel that this energy does not call out to you. Why? Because you are someone that needs to take less action. You are already a king of action taker, right? So imagine if someone is already at 100% and you still go and overwhelm them with four voices and say, hey, go take more action. Of course, your subconscious will push it away and say, no, that's not for me, right? So if you have another area and you can share this with me privately or, in the next few days when an insight comes to you and you're like, Sean, I think I want to, maybe try working on this aspect of my game or my life or whatever. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create one just for you, Vincent. Okay, and we can simply look at this as a way of testing just for fun. You listen to it and see how it goes. But it should not really amplify the strengths that you already have because that's like extreme. Right? What we want is balance.
Okay. I will be coachable. I will try.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Okay, you
right.
are
No,
amazing.
no, not sure. I
Okay.
I hope Lian and Elson can share some testimonials of them transform after listening to the voices that is don't know what they're
You
talking.
try to be in my role and get them to write copy for a few weeks, and then they don't write. And
Oh,
then after they finally write, then you will know how I feel.
okay.
Okay. So step one is what? Set an intention. Okay, what is this called? This is called idealization. Creating the ideal. Ideal is just another word for your goal, what you want to achieve. Okay, idealization. Okay, what you want. As a self-employed person, nobody is going to give you things. You need to know what you want. If you sit back and wait for life to give you things, you will lose. Life will not give you anything. So, if you don't know what you want, you're dead. So, idealization, knowing what you want, must be very clear. Now it's July 24th, 2025. What's going to happen this week? Because this is one more week for July, right? One, what's one thing you would like to see happen in this week? Can you imagine the difference with this intention and just say whatever? Well, no, it's 1 week, whatever. Do you realize the difference? Do you realize that so many people are actually afraid to do this step? You know why?
They are afraid nothing is gonna happen.
Yes. You know that meme of there's this guy, he would point to himself. It's a meme. It's a funny meme. And he'll say, if you don't try, you will never fail. Like if you don't ask, you will never get rejected. Right? So this is a way of comforting ourselves. Like, why do you ask me to look at July? It's so stressful. right? Why must I look at it? It's so pressurizing. Isn't it better if I don't look at it? Right? Because if you make me look at it, now I have to go and face it. Right? So which is better? Ignoring it or facing it?
Facing it.
You can ignore it, and then the week goes by, and then it's August, and you're like, well, August has 4 weeks. Maybe I'll just take 1 week off. Right? And then it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on. So what's gonna happen in August? Will you already be closing? Why both of you shaking your head?
Oh, I thought you meant like if you're doing nothing, then by August you
Yeah.
won't do anything.
No, my question is, what do you see yourself doing in August? Just fantasize.
Closing already.
Do you know why all my screenshots are like 5K? Because the goal I set was 10K. Then when I hit the 10K, I kept getting stuck at the 10K. And I was very frustrated with myself. I was like, Sean, couldn't you just think of 11 or 12 back then? When you were setting your goal, at least you just like, get 1 or 2K more. Because I was stuck in that place for so long. And I knew it's because my subconscious, I had set that pattern and said, okay, if I got 10K, that's like more than enough. I'll be super happy. And so I was just stuck there. So when you set your goal here, you will just be like, here. So what's the lesson here?
Set a higher
Think
goal.
big. Yes, think big. Every time I
Because
think
even
big,
though it's unrealistic, we just
you will
set the
get it.
goal
You
first.
will definitely get it. The problem is that when you get it, you'll be like, shit, I should have. Just, why not? Like your magic trick, you set a goal to learn it, right?
Yeah.
And you look at where your skills are. It's because you say, well, I'll be happy if I can just be here, right? If I'll get to be here, it's like, that's more than enough, right? And then when you got there, be like, damn, why didn't I, at least, get some advanced trick under my belt, right? So the life works that way. Idealization. You must dare to fantasize, right? Then by December, Christmas, you gather back with your friends. It's time to, relax, share stories at the campfire, have fun. Will you still be stressing over, oh, no influencer, no business owner? Or will you be present, right? You actually have the headspace to be there to listen to what your friends are saying. Because your stress is gone. Like you know that, okay, I hit my targets for 2025. Like I can take a break now. Right? And then Chinese New Year, everybody asks you what you're doing. And you'll be like, sales. I'm doing sales online. Online sales. What is it? Yeah, just do sales online. Oh, like e-commerce? Yeah, yeah, like e-commerce. That's the conversation I have every single day. Okay. And yeah, I'm not bothered by it. I'm not bothered by them anymore. I'm not bothered a shit, what should I say?
Honestly, my goal is to like at least start earning before Christmas, like before the end of the year. I want to travel a bit. Yeah, and then like by Chinese New Year, I want at least, I want to have at least something. Because this year, Chinese New Year, my family member keep asking me like, what am I doing in my life, Why aren't you making any money? Things like that. There's always a lot of questions.
This is the life of an entrepreneur. Just accept that you will be misunderstood and it's lonely. That's why we have each other. Okay. If everyone understood you, all of them would have their own business. All of them would be designing their own life. All of them would have the balls to do what you guys are doing. But no, they want a stable paycheck. They want to be a professional in somewhere else. That's their choice. Okay, so just be prepared that you are the minority and you will be misunderstood. And it's perfectly normal. It should be that way. If all of them understood you, then they will all have their own businesses. Okay, so don't struggle, don't react to it. It's a very normal thing. Okay. Before you got to this point, look at maybe at the start of this year. If during that time I told you, Elson, you will be able to produce a copy like this, and I showed you the copy that you just wrote, but I didn't tell you who wrote it. Let's say I can travel, I can take stuff and travel through time, right? And I went back to the old Elsa and said, look, one day, actually not one day, like very quickly, you will be able to write something like this. What would your response be?
Disbelief, like you're lying, you know.
Yes, same with Leanne. If I were to show you that and say you wrote it within this amount of time, no one helped you, what would your response be?
Yummy.
I can only hear you squeaking in a very high frequency, but I can't understand your words.
I said yummy.
Okay. And then for Vincent, 1 year ago, if I told you time, money, spouse objection, there'd been no problem for you. What would your response be?
I would have believed you.
Oh, fantastic. Already believe. Okay.
I'm paying for the solutions.
100%.
Vincent, you're built
Yes.
different. You're built
He's
different.
built different. He's hilarious. You know, if you became a stand-up comedian, you would be so successful.
Oh, I'll pay for that, man.
You just go viral on TikTok for sure. Because it's like you're not trying to be funny. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
All of them are trying to be funny. You're just like making sense, but it actually makes sense. You know, they are just trying to be funny. Okay.
Aren't you all here to pay for the solutions? I mean,
Yeah.
Okay. So
why
if
do
you
you pay
look
him?
from
Why do you pay him if you don't believe in him? Something must be
yes,
very
point
wrong.
point taken. Okay.
Okay.
So if you look at where you were at that point when you didn't have the belief, but just because you humored me, you entertained me and say, you know what, Sean, because you told me to do it, I'm gonna give it a shot. Not try, try has a very different frequency. I don't like to use the word try. You didn't try, like you actually did it because you had that idealization phase. Like today it's coming out, right? Today, accountability partner, right? Our copies are coming out. It is a decision. You didn't say like today let's try. If you tried, okay, Elson's one will have came out at 6 a.m. and then yours would be like 8 a.m. something like that. But no, it's like decision has been made, it's coming out. Good or no good, we are posting it. So
So then if
because of yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
sorry. So then if right now let's say I'm telling my subconscious mind that I want to find an offer by August, does it mean that it will do or like it'll do whatever it takes to go and do it by August, to find an offer by
Yes,
August?
it will. And then when it
Okay,
happens, you'll be
like
like, then why didn't I ask for July? I could have gotten it by July. You will experience that when it happens, right?
right. Can you help me
And
come
a
up
lot
with
of
like an
things.
affirmation for like getting by July, sorry, by getting an offer by August, and then maybe like, because I want to go to Malaysia. I've not traveled for like 5 years straight already. I want to visit Malaysia, say like September or October, like that, before the end of the year kind of thing. Can you like help
Okay,
me come up with like this kind
consider
of
it done.
affirmation?
But
Thank you.
the date is not up to me. The date
Right.
you have to write down and set it here.
Okay. Sure. I'll put down a date on my one.
So this happened because of idealization. Now you know why in my challenge, almost every sheet, if you notice, almost every cell has a form of idealization. Where you actually have to sit down and say, I want that. But a lot of us in an Asian household, actually, we get penalized for saying that. I want it. Not realistic. I want it. Too expensive. I want it. You're not getting it. Right? So now when I say fantasize, you get, oh, that's wrong. Right? Because why? When you fantasize in class, what does the teacher do to you? Hits you with the book, asks you to wake up. So a lot of us are conditioned not to fantasize. If you didn't fantasize, would you have the milestones that you have today? Look at you guys one pager. If 1 year ago I showed you that's your one pager from the future, again, you'd be like, what? But that happened because of idealization. Step two, visualization. Because idealization isn't just wishing. You didn't wish for a good one pager or a good copy, right? We, with my help, of course, visualized the process, which is I want to see your objection videos. I want to see your website copy. I want to see, bigger links. I want to see clear photos. Then you can see, oh, so these are the kind of the parts, but I don't see how all of them, link, but I kind of see the parts. And then now that everything is established, you're probably like, oh, so that's why Sean wanted this thing. This is a process of seeing the process. Visualization. What are the parts? I don't see the full picture, but what are the parts? Okay, that's step two, visualization. Last week we said, I told Leanne, you don't have to memorize the full script, but phase one all the way to phase nine on a sales call, can you just see the big general parts? That is visualization. Which architect, when they build the building, they will say, let me build as I go. As in, when they plan the blueprint of the building, can you imagine your house that you're living in now? The architect who built it said, you know what? Let me build the house as I figure out the blueprint. Does it work that way? No. They actually see every part of the house first. Then they hand it over to the construction guys who then follow the blueprint to build. It's not build as you go. As a closer, when you get on a sales call, that blueprint, phase one to nine, just like your magic tricks, the process, what to show first, what to hide, what's what's the twist. It has to exist in you first, right? You're not like figuring what's my next step, right? It cannot happen that way, otherwise your whole performance goes to shit, right? Same with you as a nurse. You need to know what is the SOP, the standard procedure to go and do stuff. You cannot, you know, try to fix that person, the person die, and then you'll be like, oh shit, my bad. Cannot be. You actually have to know the process by heart. That's what a professional does. That is visualization. You see the battle before going to war. You already see it first, as much as you possibly can. These are all mental powers, mental skills that can be trained. Step three, and the final step, is called concentration. Concentration is not how we learned it in modern English, which says focus. Okay? No. It simply means filling up yourself with more and more of that initial ideal so that you immerse yourself. When you guys watch shows, when was the last time like you watch a really good show or a musical or a movie, and in that moment you got so immersed in that scene or in the actor or actress portrayal that maybe you got emotional, maybe you completely identified with it, and in a moment you completely forgot, temporarily, you forgot that you're watching a show. And then you're, oh, well, relax, it's just a show. But in that moment, you were so sucked into it. That is the mark of a great actor or actress or performer. Because why? They are so immersed in that character, in that moment, that they are conscious of nothing else. Do you think they are forcing themselves? No, it's the opposite. If they actually let go of all that force and be fully immersed to say, I am a closer. The difference is they are acting for a screen. You are not performing for a screen. You need to be legit skilled in that practice and immerse yourself in that way. So, what's the difference between repeat, repeat, repeat versus total immersion? The difference is the emotional charge. The beliefs that you still carry with you today, because at some point in your childhood or even in recent years, when that event happened or that event kept repeating, there was an emotional charge accompanying that programming process. That's why it stays in you until today. So when you immerse yourself in this new outcome, let's say you want, I want a new influencer by August. When you immerse yourself in this ideal, you cannot just say, I want influencer. I want influencer. You need to be like that actor that I mentioned that's so immersed in it that he is conscious of nothing else. And it's not like I force. You know who are the actors that look very forced?
You want.
Just watch Singapore shows.
That's
You
true.
watch and be like, what are you guys doing?
That's so
But when they act, it's like, 我要把你杀了，我恨你。I mean, like, huh? Like change channel, right? What am I watching? But then you watch some good quality production, you're like, oh my God, oh, it's happening, oh my God. And you get just swayed by the performance. That's total immersion, total belief. Just that they are acting, you cannot be acting. You need to be legit immersed in that belief. That's the emotional charge, which means that your emotional mind must be brought into the picture. Okay, what's the secret to that? You have to enjoy. You have to derive fun, like how Vincent is having fun choosing his topic off. That's why you can never predict. You want to try, you predict next week his topic, you can never get it. You can try now. I give you 5 choice. Even you guess 5 times, you can still not predict. Okay, that's what happens when you're really having fun. But having fun doesn't mean that it's positive emotions all the time. Okay, in closing, there will be a lot of highs and lows. Okay, you just have to ride the wave. Like you don't shy away from it. Okay, yes, Vincent.
Yeah, but sometimes I don't think I enjoy doing it a lot. That's also a problem. So I think it's more of a, like what you mentioned earlier, the concentration. Sometimes I take it as a discipline thing that I need to do. So I don't immerse myself in this. I think that is also a problem because I'm doing
Yes.
it in a very disciplined, robotics way that, this is what I need to get done today. So I just get it done. I set aside the time. But I think the immersion part is something that I'm lack of.
That's a very important question. And this is the fine line between discipline and like self-torture. Anyone can torture themselves, right? But why? Are you trying to get a Guinness World Record? And do you have a point to prove externally? Those things don't do any good to yourself in long term. So I fence at least once a week. I go to the gym at least once every 3 days. And when I travel to those places, it is a source of stress relief for me. So I actually look forward. I can't wait to put down my work. And yes, go ahead, Alison. I can't wait to, finish my work so that I can just walk to the gym. I don't travel like by any vehicle. I walk all the way to the gym and back. Cause why? I actually look forward to that walk. I enjoy the walk. I enjoy if I do 5 sets of 8 reps. I actually look forward to every single rep. I'm not trying to skip it, like today, 5 times 8, let's quickly finish it and go back. That's not my process. I actually push and then I hold and I take a deep breath and I'm like, wow, I hope this rep doesn't end. Because why? This action brings me healing. So you have to find the activity that gives you something back. If you're always giving, 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 you know how you're gonna feel? You'll be like, I don't look forward to going to the gym at all. I don't look forward to writing copy at all. I'm just doing it because I force myself to do it. When that happens, there is misalignment. Okay. What about things that you really hate doing? Like, let's say, back when we had to go to school, right? And, we had to do all these things. So think about long-term you and short-term you. If long-term you will look back at this habit and say that, thank you for going through this. I hated it when it was happening, but I knew that in the end I would come to love it. So like future you will say, thank you for going through that shit. Example, practicing copy. I was in so much pain practicing copy. So much pain. I really hated every second of it. Not just emotional pain, mental pain, trying to figure out how to do it, and physical pain from handwriting the thing. But I ask myself, like, when the day comes when I can write copy seamlessly, how would I feel? And I fantasize, and I would like, well, if the day ever comes where I can make money with my copy, then everything I'm going through now would be worth it. It's just that I don't know when the hell this is going to end. And it is painful. How painful? Painful to the point where people quit and give up. I've seen so many people before you quit and give up. Okay. Then the question you gotta ask yourself is this: which is more painful? Giving up or not giving up? And that's a decision that you have to make. For me, if I gave up copy, I cannot accept. I cannot accept not acquiring this skill. Same with closing, same with web design, same with, getting to know AI. I cannot accept. So if it's painful, I will soldier on. There's no quit.
So does it mean that we should look at the outcome rather than the process?
So while you're in the toilet, Vincent asks, what if I, really, what was the question? What if I really hate to do something like that?
I okay. I don't enjoy as much.
Don't enjoy as much, right?
Yeah, because you talk about writing copies. Even going to the gym, I went to the gym yesterday. I dragged my body there
Mm.
because I didn't want to do it. But when I was taking a nap halfway, someone called me, so I woke up and then I feel that I should do it, so I went to do it. But if you ask me whether I enjoy enduring the pain to build my stamina for my health, so that the future self will thank the current self. I'm not at that stage yet. I'm still
Right.
kind of doing it because of
So
what I need to do. So I do it.
for Elson, the response I gave him was, let's say, and you got to translate my examples to yours. Okay. For example, Chinese New Year, you wear your polo tee, and then you have a big bulge on your stomach. And people ask you why you have a beer belly. Can you accept? Okay, don't answer me. Don't answer me. Okay. This is my thought process, right? And if there's a health crisis, can you accept? right? So short term is very torturous, but is it the right thing to do? If your answer is yes, you should 100% follow through with it with no hesitation and no doubt, because you know the outcome is very clear. If you violate the law, the outcome will always be the same. Just like on a call, you break rapport, the call is gone, right? You miss checking the spouse objection will come up. There's always cause and effect, the law of cause and effect. So not all things you have to hold on, right? Like junk food, I don't look forward to it anymore. Why? Because I hate it when I do sports and my body becomes sluggish. Yes, I love it in the moment when I feel relief and it's a great taste and it's a distraction and I can watch my favorite show and eat a big pack of chips. Wow. And then I realized that no, I'm just looking forward to the next pack of chips and a different flavor and a bigger serving until like it's really too much. And then where is all of this going? Like it doesn't fulfill me anymore. And then when I do sports, I cannot move. Then I realized that, wow, this has to go. It's not serving me anymore. Right? So when you are self-employed, your mind is your only friend. It's your only ally. It's your greatest asset. You lose control of this, it's game over for you. Okay, so step one, idealization. Step two, visualization. Step three, concentration. If you want to learn the full method, this comes from a book that's more than 100 years old called the Master Key System, which you can download from free on somewhere on the internet. Just type Master Key System, comma, PDF. Actually, in the members area of the complete closer, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you will see the PDF there. Okay, that's if you want the full thing. But in general, this is where I base my affirmations on. It actually follows this book. It's based on this book. Okay, so if you're curious, Vincent, you can get the book, read it when you're free, online or get a physical copy. And it's very old English, so you got to kind of make sense out of it. Okay. So for Alison, when you have the time, share with me more on like the internal processes that you want to improve, because landing the offer is an outcome, but outcomes don't come, they don't drop from the sky. You need to be strong internally to attract that outcome. The influencer you get will mirror you. So there's no right or wrong answers. In fact, the only right answers are 100% from your gut. So you don't think of what I want to hear. You just be very raw. Same with Leanne and Vincent. Just be very raw about the beliefs that you want to tackle. Don't try to sugarcoat it. Don't try to make it like politically correct. And I will keep it private. Okay, there are no limits on anything that you want to, put inside. Okay. You don't have to answer me now. Like really take over the weekend to just, sit on it. Okay, and write down whatever comes to your mind. Okay, and then I will create a product that you can listen just before sleep. It doesn't have to be the full hour. It can just be however long you want. And then a day file that you can just listen throughout the day. Okay? So that concludes the mindset portion. Content is going well. Okay. For your KPIs, okay, I'm not gonna go and police your numbers. Okay, whatever results you want, you gotta set. Okay. Let's say now I have a product and I price it at 595 USD. And if you sell it, I give you 50%. Okay, so 595 divided by 2. That is almost 300 US dollars. If you were to sell one a week, and in a month there are 4 weeks, okay, your commissions that month would be 1190 USD. Okay. If out of every 10 people that you text, one books a call with you. Out of every 5 calls that you book, one closes. How many people would you text daily?
Unlimited. It's a trick
Exactly.
question.
Exactly. Okay, then you might say, but Sean, my texting to call book ratio isn't 10%. Because why? I haven't learned strategic selling yet, right? You might say my closing ratio isn't 1 in 5 because I haven't even done my objection handling complete yet. So how can you tell me that my income is going to be 1190? That's why your income is not at 1190 because your closing ratio isn't 20% yet. It might be at 5, 10, 15 because your text to call book ratio isn't at 10% yet. It could be at 5, it could be at 7. What's my point? My point is this whole thing is
Numbers game.
it's a numbers game. It is a formula and it exists for everyone. Everyone has a number. Everyone carries a number from text to calls book if you are a closer, from text to calls book, from calls book to calls closed. Everyone has a conversion ratio. In the end, when you lay out all the numbers, it all becomes a formula. So, what's my point? My point is your income is simply a reflection of these conversion percentages. This is why, now you know why I'm so particular with every word, every line, every refinement, every expression, even every thought. Because let's say you guys are accountability partners, and let's say you're not. Let's say you're not, okay? You don't know each other. You just know each other by name, by face, by same program, and that's it. You don't know each other's numbers at all. And then let's say you look at the other person, okay? And that person's income is 10 times of yours. Will you be surprised? Okay, but if you look at the numbers, what do you think you'll see?
Sorry, can you repeat your questions? When they look at the numbers of the people, what do I see? The
So let's say
results?
Elson and Leanne, right? Now they know each other very well. They probably have a good grasp on what each other are doing daily. But I'm saying, let's say they don't know each other. They just know each other by name and face. And next month, Leanne suddenly say, "Well, I made 7,000," and Elson is like, "Oh, I'm at 1,005." Right? So Elson says, "Yes, I would be surprised. Like how we are from the same program. How is she getting to 7K?" Of course, I don't want you guys to go and compare and compete. That's not what I want. But I'm saying you look at the results. That tells you something. Would you be curious? Like what are her numbers looking like? What do you think you would see if you were to see her numbers?
Hard work.
you would have to ask yourself, how many people is she texting daily? How many people am I texting daily? And is it about the quantity or is she doing something different? Then on the calls, why she can close, why I cannot close? Why, what are we doing that's different? So all of your income is simply a reflection of your quality and your quantity. So for your KPIs, like I said, okay, I should not have to go and check. If, like, I haven't checked since the last time, okay? I have not go and seen your stuff. If I have to check, something is very wrong because you are self-employed. You are not my son. You are not my daughter. You are an adult. You are a professional. Companies are going to hire you to handle all their leads and calls because this is the career path you chose. So if I have to check, something is very wrong. You want, you can check for each other. I'm not going to check anymore. You know yourself. If your cells are all empty, okay, last week and this week is fine because you're being really bogged down by the objection handling. Okay, but as you improve, you need to learn how to balance your time better. Okay, but this week, next week, it's fine. I'm saying when you've actually gotten the hang of it and your cells are blank, okay, you need to, Elson, you need to book a flight to Malaysia and slap Lian. And then you also slap Elson and say, wake up. Why is your cell empty? Okay? But why is your cell empty? If you know, Vincent can go and text and call like, why is your cell empty? It should not.
It's
Even
just
if
like
you're
we are
very,
finding excuse for ourselves.
yeah, even if you're very busy, can you text three? Can you text five? Like I know at least Lian, had one conversation with that strange sales guy. At least that's one. At least that's one, right? So you can say that, well, I'm super busy, like 97% of my time is in this thing right now. Like you have a driving test to take, for example, right? Well, you know what? I'm just gonna text one person today. Because if you don't do that, who's going to do it for you? You don't have a boss. You don't have a manager. You don't have anyone that's going to tell you what to do. You have to be a very strong leader for yourself. That's the story of KPIs. What you want, you have to go and create yourself. And it's not about hard labor, it's about working smart. Like me, I'm a one person running a lot of one person business units because when I do something, I ask myself, how can I not do it again? Okay, but that's a topic for another day. Okay. I'll conclude for the KPI section with this. Okay. Quantity and quality. Which one is more important?
Quantity.
What about the end?
Like quality.
Okay, Vincent.
So prioritize quantity for a start.
Okay. Quality first. Why? How many role plays have we done so far in your time with me? Not a lot, right? But does it help you to get more and more familiar with the sales syntax, which is the sequence? Compare that to back then in your previous program when you were role playing and there was quantity. Did you know what you were doing? Even if you had done more of those role plays, 100,000 more times, would you improve? It's very difficult to say, right? Because you're green, your partner is green, no one knows how to push it forward. So what if you do 1,000 more times? Like now, Elson, you say, oh, I need help with texting prospects. If I don't teach you and you text 1,000 prospects, will you improve?
Maybe, but just at a much slower pace.
Again, it's very hard to say, right? You could, but it's very hard to. It's just like cold calling. You call 1,000 people, will you get calls booked? Of course you would, right? But very hard to say. So when it comes to quality and quantity, it's not about muscling through the reps. It's really about knowing in that one rep, do you know what you're doing? That's why I said you're super busy, you have no time. Just text that one business owner or you submit that one application form. But that one, if you know what you're doing, it's gonna be so much better than spamming 10 unqualified opportunities, right? When I logged into your influencers account, Alson, and then I sent that, I believe Vincent was on that call, and together we texted 2 leads for a demonstration. Only 2. You learned something from that session, right? You saw what triggers a positive reply. If that session, I didn't do that, I said, Elson, text 100 people now. You would probably sabotage 100 relationships. But when you get 1 right and you get 2 right, the quantity will follow because everyone is right. You do 5, it's right. You do 7, it's right. Versus you do 1,000 and play the numbers game. So what is this? This is precision. Being accurate with what to know. You cannot know it. I don't know a lot of things as well. You cannot know it. But can you pinpoint what you don't know? Which is what you did. I got to text them and I'm stuck. That's a good thing. Because if you don't even do that, then how will you ever learn? You'll never learn. There's no chance. So I'm not saying you have to know everything. I don't know everything. But if you can just say, well, wait a minute, something is off and I don't know what is it. Can someone help me? It doesn't have to be me. You can ask anyone that you have access to. So that's a story for KPI, quantity, and quality. I'm not asking you guys to hit 100 reps, 1,000 reps every day. No, even if every day you just text 5, do you know that in that week it all adds up? Especially if you are intentional. Especially if you are supported by your subconscious mind. Okay, so what I want to create in terms of the affirmations are very well-rounded things because I believe in creating a ecosystem of beliefs. Meaning, if you are an athlete, you will know, okay, everything comes into play. It's not just like your techniques, your sleep, your diet, your inner game, your technical skills, how you perform under pressure. Like as an athlete, you learn that you need to be very well-rounded. Even your equipment, I have to fix my own equipment. Okay, so when you think of your own belief systems over the week, okay, don't just say land influencer because there's a whole lot of things that need to happen just to get that outcome and to keep the outcome. Okay, so think thoroughly and then just don't filter, just put out all your thoughts. Okay, no limits. Okay, personal stuff, old stuff, like whatever. Okay, I will keep it private and I'll just come up with something for you. Okay, then you can go try it. The only thing I'll say is you should take the rest of this time to condition yourself with the 4 voices because the paid one that I put as the call to action, right, for my other customers is a 300 voice file. So if you find 4 voices are overwhelming, right, when I add more, uh, you're not going to be able to take it. Okay? So just if you can, just condition yourself. Okay, so that wraps up the KPI portion. Okay, objection handling. Where are you guys at?
I feel like I'm getting a hold of the money one, but not good enough. I still feel not like compared to the time objection, right? I feel like I set the bar too high for myself. And I mean that one came out naturally, honestly. Then now the money objection, I'm like I have this very, very super high expectation that I have to hit that. If not, I'm not gonna post it at all. So I've just been like I did try it here and there, but still not good enough. Yeah, I'm still trying to work on
It's
that.
it's not so much about hitting the high, it's about knowing whether uh it's about knowing whether you know what are the main points. If you always know what are the main points, you will always replicate that high. So you
Makes
don't go for
sense.
perfection, you go for like understanding what are the main points. So if you can grasp the essence, you can handle all kinds of change. The essence are the three loops. Yes, Vincent?
I would like to ask Elson, like what does he mean when he say he did the objection handling very well? Because from what I understand, Sean's process is very simple. There are only three loops. So regardless of how you handle the objection, the three loops they remain the same. So how do you define when you do it very well and you don't do it well, so that I can improve mine also?
Sean, would you care to answer that? Because you're the one that
Oh,
complimented
he's
my
he's
work.
asking you, Elson.
No, I mean you are the one that complimented it. You should know.
Okay, you answer him first, then I'll share my point of view.
Yeah. So because like as you say, right, it's just three process, which is very simple, but the core element to make it better is your intention and your energy, which is something that Sean has been like telling us about for the past few sessions. And the time when I was doing the time objection, I put in a lot of intention and energy, which is why when if you were to listen to it, I my tonality shift here and there. I have I genuinely care about what the prospect wanted. Like she wanted more time, okay, I'll give her more time. Without even like holding her back or anything like that. But I just want to find out if the process or the method is really right for her or not. Because I care about this prospect, which is like the important part of it.
I seriously think if you were to just call Sonia up and
Sorry,
just
answer a
say
phone
that,
call.
go ahead, go ahead. Yeah, if Elson, you were to call Sonia up and just say that, I guarantee you can get at least $100 out of her.
I honestly at first I didn't really like it. Like I still feel like it wasn't good enough until you complimented and said like, it's really good. I went to listen to it a few times and I realized that yeah, I actually had the intention there. It was better than the previous times that I tried to do it.
You know, I'm very like particular about all the small stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so when I say it's really good, like it's perfect, I really mean it. I was just waiting for a mistake to happen. I was like, there's nothing, there's nothing. And then the call ended. I thought, whoa, there's really nothing. I was just waiting for it. I was like, confirm have. And then, no, it's perfect. And this is very shocking because you still don't know how good you are. Still have no clue. Like there are some athletes I know, they are like that. They can do like flips and they can just naturally get the whole package and they don't know it. They have no clue. Even when 10 years, 20 years in their craft, they still don't know. You are like that. And I think 10, 20 years later, you will still not know. No worries, Vincent. And my wife listened to it and she was blown away as well. But the reason why you have to know is so that you can execute it consciously. Because right now you're just firing very raw very subconscious. If you were to call Sonia now, and you can wield this skill, this kung fu, with mastery and precision, I guarantee you at least, okay, because why? Her laptop, her setup, her mic, all that, it costed her like 300 USD, I think. I guarantee you at least can get $100 out of her. If we lay out the right offer, we present the right thing, and you do your thing, which is you're not attached, right? Like, we don't have to do this. I'm not doing this for myself. You need a lot of finesse to push and pull. Have you listened to my recording with the over-explain objection?
The one you sent in the group chat.
No, it's on my YouTube, and I didn't want to upload that because that is a master class in what I'm talking about right now. That is an absolute, like, I don't even know how to price it. That's like a $10,000 master class on the push and pull. Because if you just release, you're like, don't do it, don't do it, they will really not do it. If you're like, Sonia, like, you don't have to do this, just go, she will really go. But you need to know how to like push and pull so well that you're like, it's fine. Like, I'm not doing this for myself, you don't have to do it. And then they think of the ROI and the cost of not investing, and they're like, I'm gonna do it. Take my $100. If you can master that, right, bare minimum, you get at least $100 from her. Same with Vincent and Damola, like that $500 product on my bundle. Right, if you can do this skillfully, that bundle is a no-brainer. Okay, but you don't know how good you are. That's the problem. Because I don't know why you don't know. I think you never had a feedback system. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing sports since I was a child, and with sports, there's always a direct feedback. So you get in the flow because you do it and then there's feedback. You do it and then there's feedback, whether it's good or bad. But there's always that feedback. But I think you have no feedback system, even internally. So like you don't even know what is good. What is good is when, so this is my answer to Vincent, okay? What is good is when there are like 100 boxes to check, and you check 100 boxes. And it is not 100 preset boxes. That can be solved by brute memory. Just like when we were young and we had to memorize the maths timetable. You have to recite, right? Recite, 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 recite. That's not what you are doing. When there are unexpected twists and turns, you can grasp the essence and say, you change, I change with you, no problem. And I'm still on point, I'm still perfect. That is perfection. That is flow. That's what I teach. That's what I want. That's why it's good. But if you don't know why it's good, you will not be able to do it at will. It will be like sometimes it's there and then why it's not there. That's why you have to know what is good. Good is you grasping the essence. So when there are 100 boxes that change, I can change with you. Okay. So, based on that, I believe you can get the money one as well.
I hope I do. Like right now, I just feel like the time one was like a one-time thing. Like, I
It's
just felt
not, it's
like
not.
because Lian was playing a great part as a prospect as well, and I was able
Yes.
to handle
Yes,
it well.
she was perfect as well. That's the only time I never saw her giggle and get out of character. I was just waiting for her to laugh, and then like the whole crowd was like, "Whoa, oh, she's also in the flow all the way," and like, "Oh wow, this is so good, this is so good." I'm so sure that the influencer watching that will not believe it's a role play because of Lian. Even if you tell the influencer,
Hey.
even if you tell the influencer, look, that was a role play, the influencer, I don't care. That's good enough for me. That's better than real cause of what yeah, like when Vincent role plays, he's also in character all the time. He doesn't like get out of it. So that's very important for that's how you know how to handle the prospect because you act as them. Very important to become the opponent. So because you got it right the first round, I know that you can get it for the second one because this is your superpower. Everyone has a superpower. Life sucks when you don't know what it is, or you don't even know there's such a thing. But life starts to become really fun when you find yours because you are in it, using it, enjoying it all the time, not abusing it, but you're having so much fun and growth and fulfillment and purpose with it. There was one time I had a teacher, and I felt this was really unfair for that boy's part. So I have this teacher in Singapore, and at the time there were three of us, me, my wife, and Bryant, okay, who used to hang out with us. And every week, three of us would go to this teacher to learn from her. It's a lady, right? So one week, our topic was like, what is my why? And so the teacher will just tell us, and we had like a lot of in-depth discussion. We did 7 layers of, she's like a mindset coach, right? So we did this like 7 layers of why exercise, right? What is your why? Oh, I want to make money. Why? Oh, I want to give my parents a better life. Why? Because I love them. Why? Because they're the most important to me. Why? Because it gives me a sense of pride, fulfillment. Why? Why? So when you go 7 levels deep, it's like, oh wow, I found my right. You will feel a tug in your heart that I live for this. So we went through all of that, and I think I was very happy to find mine. I don't know about the other two, but I was very happy I found mine. It's very liberating, very empowering. Like I finally know what I live for and who I am. Then the next day, the four of us went to some like gathering, and then there was this young boy, I think not young boy, maybe in his early 20s. And then this guy had no affinity with my teacher at all. But for some reason, he also walked up to my teacher and he asked, I don't know what's my purpose. Can you tell me what's my purpose? And my teacher just shut him down on the spot. I don't know why. It's just like don't ask that question. You're not ready for it. And just shut him down. And I felt so sad for that guy because just one night ago, oh, she was like going deep with us and helping us. And then I don't know why she just shut that poor boy down. And until today, I still feel so sorry for him. It's like, I wonder if he knows where is he going. I thought that was quite uncalled for, but I believe everything has like its purpose and timing. So I saw both ends when you know where you're going, and that's being shut down or hidden from you. Like life sucks. So you have, Elson, you have that superpower, which is a form of a communication power. You know how people are left brain and right brain? Some people are very strong with maths and science. Yours is the other side. It's the arts, the creative. That's why you can do those magic tricks so well. Leanne and I probably couldn't memorize all those things. Maybe Vincent can. We don't know.
Jack of all trades.
He hasn't seen your tricks yet.
Yeah,
One day you show him.
sure.
Next time you bump into him on the train. Oh,
I prefer to enjoy it than to learn it.
yeah, same. Same. Okay, and now, Elson, that power is showing in your copy. It's showing in how you understood what I'm trying to do with the copy. So because you are what, 16 years, 13 years my junior? 15? What?
I'm
2005?
21, 2004.
Yeah,
In.
you're 15. You're 15 years my junior. Okay, I expect you when you're my age to really take this to like another level.
I'll do my best.
Now, because you have the essence in you, you can definitely get the time one, but don't go for perfection. You have to slow down and speak to your gift. Where did he go?
Yeah, sorry, my dad came back.
It's fine. You can. I know he
Okay,
doesn't
sure.
wear a t-shirt, but it's fine.
Yeah.
He's just gonna be in the members area of this program
Huh?
forever.
没有 Yeah, that's true.
Hi, uncle.
他们跟你讲 hello. 看得到咩?
Hi, uncle.
开个灯.
Oh,
我开下灯. Thank you.
he looks young and fit.
Fit? Okay lah.
Yeah.
He work delivery stuff, that's why he's like constantly moving around.
Oh, very good. Hey, he's gonna be featured in my members area forever. So you have to know this gift. You have to slow down and immerse yourself in this gift. Lian, can you focus?
讲话
I'm trying
She's distracted by your dad removing his belt.
Huh?
I thought he's going to take out his pants.
在讲话
I know that's what you're thinking, Lian.
No,
没有在讲笑，讲笑。
So
Okay, anyways.
Elson,
Yep.
Elson, you
Mhm.
need to treat this gift like a friend and spend time with it. I think you haven't done that before. Treat it like a friend, but don't go crazy like split personality. Like don't, please don't do that. I'm just saying like abstract, right? As though it were your friend. As though, no, you're not. Okay, don't go nuts with this, okay? But treat it as an asset, a source of energy, a good friend. When you have a good friend, what do? Right? You spend time with them. You want to know them, right? You nurture them. Really, really get to know this friend. Because if you can be conscious of this unconscious friend, you know what happens? You will be able to design your own magic tricks.
Maybe that's why I was never able to design my own tricks.
Yes, because this gift is still a baby. Okay, through closing, okay, I believe you will have a breakthrough. I believe you will see the steps clearer than me. I believe you'll be able to pivot in ways that even I never think of it. I believe you'll be more flexible and more creative. Okay, so keep this in mind. Like, think from the gift, trust your gift. Don't aim for perfection because that will paralyze you. As in, that will just stop you. So, trust your gift and then stay with it as you navigate the time objection. Sorry, the money objection. Okay, then record it and see how it goes. Okay, Lian, how is your time objection?
I feel kind of like similar to how Elson feels to his money thing. Like, but instead of him comparing himself to himself, it's more like I'm comparing myself to himself. Like, I feel like I have to hit that standard of his time. So
No,
that's all.
no. Okay, guys, you will go crazy I hope you guys can remember this for the rest of your lives. Okay? If you compare, you will lose yourself. Elson, will you ever be as pretty as Leanne? You have no chance. No matter how hard you try, you will never be as pretty as her, even if she doesn't try, because that is her natural advantage. She was born with it. So if you ever want to compare, you will go crazy. It's the same for each and every one of our strengths and weaknesses. Why you want to have that person's strength? Impossible. You are not that person. You're not wired that way. You're not brought up that way. You don't even have the same genes. How you be that person? Chasing will kill you. Anything, not just persons. It could be an addiction, you will lose yourself. Okay. Remember Bryant? I hope he never sees these recordings. I was talking about him. In 2020, I bought this program called Whiteboard Webinar from Dan Henry. Very affordable, $97. And I have to say, this product changed my life because it taught me how to use a simple whiteboard and make sales. So simple. Just a whiteboard. No slides, no fancy prep. Just a whiteboard and you just write and you just sell and you make money. And I made so much money with it. That was during COVID. I saw the mindset product. Fantastic product. For someone that didn't know how to do anything at the time, this product really just broke down simple steps. Got a whiteboard. What are 3 things that you want to share about your product? One internal, one external, one more thing about the vehicle itself. Share some wins, have a call to action, encore this webinar again, do it live, encore it again, generate a cheat sheet, 1-page cheat sheet, give it out, run the webinar again. And for someone who didn't know how to do this, this was a lifesaver. So what did I do naturally? I recommended it to the people closest to me. And I told my wife, you have to do yours. She didn't dare to go live. I forced her to go live. She did her whiteboard webinar and she made a bunch of sales as well. It was insane. Then I said, Brian, you should do it as well. He followed all the steps and to him, it didn't work out. I didn't see it that way, but to him, it was a flop. And he was just like, okay, still laughing, still being himself, cracking jokes. And that week, we met again with that teacher, 4 of us, having steamboat in my teacher's office. Then from out of nowhere, this Bryant suddenly just burst out crying, like the loud, just bawling kind of. And I'm like, what? What? Like where? No warning, nothing. Where is this coming from? So I looked at my teacher, confused. And my teacher said, it's because he compare. I'm like, compare what? And she said, compare with Andrea. I'm like, what? Why? Like, oh, the whiteboard webinar thing. Like, he really took it to heart. And he saw that. Then I said, why he don't compare with me? And my teacher said, because I have way more experience, but he and Andrea started together. So he compared. Okay, but the way that they got there is so different. First of all, Andrea lives with me. I'm forcing her to do it all the time. Brian does not live with me. I see him like once a week. Okay. So, does Brian have his own strengths? Yes, right? He is a deep thinker. He's a very, very deep thinker. He's a very smart man. I have to say, his intelligence is very attractive. But like you, he doesn't know it. He doesn't think of anything about it. He doesn't care. So he never saw his own strengths. And what a waste. What a pity. He could have gone even further than Andrea. I don't have the 5 years more of experience that I now have as a teacher. If I had, if I have what I have now today, I would definitely have like coached him much better. Just too bad I was 5 years younger at that time. I didn't know how to coach him. So he left. What a waste of talent. So, Lian, just like Alson is comparing to a ridiculous standard, it's going to slow him down and it serves no purpose at all. When people gamble, you know why they cannot stop?
They think they can win.
There's a pool. There's a pool, right? It's like one more, one more. That's a what? That's a chase. Not just gambling, but anytime a person chases, they lose themselves. You have to recognize that and say, whoa, not that. No way. I have no business going there. Right? One more gamble. One more gamble. I chase. One more, one more. It never ends. So you have to look at that chase and say, okay, that's the hollow trap. That's a bottomless pit. Today I compare with him. Tomorrow I'm gonna compare with Vincent. And a new member join, I'm gonna compare with that person. Right? Will it ever end? Then even you win, even you surpass that person. You say, oh well, who's the next person I'm gonna compare with? You're always comparing. So it is a trap that a lot of us just naturally fall into because it is a part of our survival instinct. It's coded in us. It's natural. So you don't have to fight it. You don't have to feel ashamed of it. All of us have it. Even I have it. You just have to recognize it and just see it for what it is. Then you turn your attention to look inward. Just like I told Elson to make friends with his strengths, you have to make friends with yours as well. Is it possible that you have no strengths? It's not possible. Then can you imagine if your strengths are in you and you neglect them? If they were your friends, how would they feel? Like Jem is your friend, right? He or she?
She.
Yeah, she is there for you. She is a source of strength in your life. If you neglect her and say, no, you're not a strength, you're just a dog, how would she feel?
Unloved and
Yeah,
alone.
but all those times she was there for you, all those times, that she gave you warmth, all that she gave you support, is that not a strength? So how can you say, nope, you are just average? Cannot be, right? Then what about the strengths in you? If you are someone that can navigate emotions very intelligently, like you have a high EQ, and because of that, people, which includes your prospects, even your teammates like Elson or your business owners, they feel safe to be vulnerable with you and to share or express things that they wouldn't do to another person. Is that not a strength?
It is.
Yeah, there are so many people we will look at them and we will say, I'm not going to get close to that person. I don't want to share. I don't want to share too much. But if someone comes to you and they say, well, I feel safe sharing all my concerns, my worries, I don't know why. I just want to tell you. Because why? When I tell you, I don't feel that you judge me. I don't feel that you don't care. I don't feel like I'm talking to air. I feel much better after I share these things with you, and I don't know why. So if this is your strength and it's felt in your copy, it's felt in the way you close, and you try to be a Elson, is that relevant? Because he talks fast, he pivots fast, he talks before he thinks, he talks and then he realizes, oh wow, that was really smooth. And you try to be him. Does it make sense?
No.
No, you won't be smooth, and that's perfect. Because your energy says, well, just be here. Just be here. Why would that energy try to be a smooth talker? The energy does not want to talk smooth. The energy is like, just be here. If I want to navigate through a lot of things logically, I might go to Elson, right? If I want to solve things fast, what are my action steps? Like, dude, just get me out of this. I'll talk to Vincent. Right? But what if it's a prospect or a niche or a product or a business owner that needs to be like, we don't need that, but you just need to really listen, hold the space, and let them talk. Yep, then you will be perfect. But if you ignore that, you throw it away and say, nope, I want to be a Vincent, I want to be an Elson, I want to be a Sean, then what happens to your gem? No pun intended, like gems. Then the gems are there in you. Then you ignore them and say, no, no, I gotta beat Elson. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The gem is like, dude, we are here. Use us. And he's like, wait, I got to beat Elson first. It doesn't make sense. But sometimes it will distract, right? It's like, wow, this person is ahead and let's learn from them, right? And it happens to me as well. But you got to remind yourself of who you are because that cannot be duplicated. And that is like your OG set of strengths that it's there. You're here to get it, to develop it. So look inward. You can still learn from others, but look inward. Always know yourself and trust yourself first. So if you wanted to learn psychology, if you wanted to be a nurse, that seed is in there somewhere. Same with Elson. You have to find that seed, nurture it, get to know it. It's not this mysterious thing that you have to know, it's actually something that you consciously cultivate by choice. Like I want to be this person. I want to develop this muscle. I want to create what it is. It's not some established thing that is a mystery that you have to find out. It's something that you design, just like your life right now. It's something that you design. So by getting conscious of it and developing it, you create your own strengths. Okay, that's something that cannot be duplicated, and you will always have it. Okay, if you look at your copy, you look at Elson's copy, you look at Vincent's copy, okay, these guys are more logical, a clear structure. Yours contains, yours has like no logic. It contains a secret, right? No one knows what that secret is, right? Other than maybe Elson and I. Vincent is like question mark. So your logic is not as strong as them, but the emotion is very strong. And there will be a business owner that resonates with that. Go your path, create your own wins. Okay? So for Vincent, would I be right to say time, money, spouse, no problem?
No problem.
No problem.
I
No problem.
because I still don't know what's their problem. That's the problem.
So they are at a phase you were at the start when
Uh,
there's a first time seeing the three loops. So it's kind of overwhelming. And then they have to memorize it. And then they have to
like,
deal with changes outside of the script. And then they have to record it in one take. And they are recording it with each other. Right? I recorded mine with you.
because I don't think my I don't think any of you, two of you, went to listen to my objection handling anyway, which I believe so. So I don't think I got a very A plus objection handling, um, case studies, role plays. So I just want to get things moving quickly so that I can approach influencer. Maybe that's my mindset. So I don't know about you, and maybe Sean is there to judge whether their role plays are they really so bad that they cannot upload it and move forwards, because a role play is a role play.
I think for your case, your imperfect action works for you because you have a decade of experience to
Right.
like it already speaks for itself. And these guys are really they have nothing. They have just completed school. So all they have is their one pager, what they put out. That's why they need to like that's the only chip they have. Like it needs to be the best that they possibly can. So the expectation is different. But your point is definitely a very strong point. And I remember when I did it with Vincent, that's exactly what he did. He did not overthink it. It was just like, okay, good to go, just upload. That was it. Which is a strength that we all can learn from. Because he moves so fast, if outside of his 9 to 5, he could very fast, get to attacking and value bombing, which is a very strong advantage. Like get it done and then you can move on. Okay. And it's not that, Lian, once you upload it, it's there forever. No. You can always take it down and upload a better one.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yep. Great point. So for Vincent, no problem for time, money, spouse. Okay. I'm not trying to say that you're gonna 100% close all the objections. Okay, nobody does that. But as long as you feel secure with the three loops, okay, then you are more or less there. Okay, the rest of it is just execution. Then for Vincent, why is it taking so long for you to address the counter to that influencer's, or was it a concern or objection or an email?
Can you repeat your questions? Why does it take so long?
I believe it was last week. You sent me a message and you said this person sent you an email, how to reply. So my response to you was, can you share with me how would you reply first? Then I'll share mine. And until now, I have not heard your response. So like, what is your thought process on that?
You mean the coaching ones, the one they want ask for video? Not sure which one are you referring to.
It is the one where
So you got your answer. I miss it.
Oh no, you did reply. Oh no, no, no. Okay, okay. I take back what I said. You did reply. Did he reply you?
Yeah, I didn't get it.
What's his name?
Harry Thompson or something.
Virtual coaching?
Yeah, yeah. But
It
I took it as an
seems like
experience. I took it as an experience as well because I'm there to learn how to do the Loom videos. Yeah, Harrison Thompson.
so the script that you sent me, where there's 3 points, introduction, about the company, and call to action, did you send it to him as a video or a voice message or a text?
They requested to send it via Loom for video. So I sent it via Loom together with
Did they reply?
yeah. Them just want to say thanks for sending over your video. Tough competition for sure. You were great, and just wanted to let you know that at this time we won't be moving forward. Okay, something like that.
Okay, so they didn't say why.
It is purely just because of the competition. It is purely just because the competition was tough. Believe in you as a closer. Know that you're going to crush the next row. Keep us in the loop. We'll be sure to be in touch with you if anything comes up.
Okay, so what is your opinion? I know you're just using this for practice, but what is your opinion on this response from them?
What is my experience from this response from them?
What's your opinion on this response from them?
I believe they might have they did say they want someone who is kind of like have the past experience in fitness, and they want someone who can work long hours. So I think I mentioned it in the videos that I sent the script to you. So I did say that I'm transitioning and from Asia and so on. So I might not, based on if you ask my opinion, I think I might not be the right fit for the role.
Okay, so next time focus on Singapore. Okay, say you're from Singapore. Our reputation is good. Okay. And
Yeah, I say I'm from Singapore.
okay, good.
Yeah.
So,
In fact, I can send you the video.
okay, that
In
will
the
be good as well. Okay, so I will say that there's a few things here, okay, to bear in mind, and this is all a learning experience for us. Okay. The first one, which is not the primary one, this is not the main reason, is your accent and expression of your words towards a US company. Okay, articulation of words, accent, they take very seriously.
Mhm.
Okay, Elson's and Lian's one is okay. You guys are good. But your accent is very Singaporean, and that works locally. It doesn't work for a US company because they want their leads to feel that they are talking to someone native. They want their leads to feel at home. Like, I'm American, I'm speaking with an American. Okay, so the trust that you build as a closer internationally, the way that Elaine was like that when she first started her with me, she actually couldn't talk. Okay, afterwards, she was closing sales all in English. So it is a skill that you can train. Okay, okay, thanks for sending me the video. So because Elaine had 2 kids and they were studying English all the time, Okay, I actually told her to use her children's material to practice pronunciating the words. Practice. So clear. You don't have to sound like an American, but what you do is when you, let's say you speak to ChatGPT, okay, and you record it. When they hear your words, when the app hears your words, they need to transcribe the words into English. You can try this. When I speak, I slow down and I articulate each word slowly and clearly. The app can detect English. Then sometimes I speak Singlish. The app actually translates it as Malay. So the app actually cannot hear my Singlish, even though you all probably could. But the app translates it as Malay. That's how Americans hear us when we speak Singlish, or our words are not articulated clearly. They actually hear a foreign language. And that is their fear that I hand you my American leads and they're talking to someone outside of the US. Can there be trust? Okay, that's one thing, but it's not the main thing. Okay. The main thing is the experience thing. We have covered the time objection, the spouse objection. This one is a unique one for closers only. Okay, it is the experience objection. Do you have experience? Which is something that Lian and Elson will definitely run into. Okay. Do you have experience? The experience objection. Okay, what did we learn in our sessions? The objection is a very surface level thing. And at the time they tell you, it will feel like it's the only thing in the world, but it's not. It's a very surface level thing. There are deeper things inside. Why experience and what's the essence in it? Do they really want you to have 50 years of experience? 25 years of experience? 5 years of experience? Is it really about experience? Then what is the essence beneath this surface level objection? Like, oh, I need more time. I'll get back to you. Elson, I'll get back to you next week. Do you accept?
Sure, go ahead. Take as much time as you like. But processes, I just want to check with you. Do you understand everything? Have I made myself clear?
Okay, very good. So there is a beneath
Deeper,
time, there's a deeper thing, right? So experience, likewise, there's gonna be a deeper
deeper
thing. So
meaning.
what is the deeper thing, Lian?
DMP,
What exactly
like
is in the DMP? What?
the full term.
The what? I can't hear you. Can you
The,
can you speak louder?
the full term.
The full term.
What do you mean? I don't understand your question.
No, I can't understand your word. What are you saying? Can
Oh,
you
I said
type it out?
DMP. I said DMP just now.
Yeah, yeah. What exactly in the DMP? What are the factors inside the DMP?
Bias journey.
No, you're just giving me back all my terms. I want to know.
What do you mean? They're why.
One is giving me my script, the other is giving me my term. Come on, Vincent, we give it a try. What is beneath experience? Oh, I want more experience. What is inside experience?
Whether they can trust you to do your job.
That's what I said for the language thing.
What is beneath the experience?
Yes.
Whether will you show up to get the work done?
That would be a different objection for it's not related to this. Okay. Vincent, can I share my screen and show the script that you shared with me?
Oh, yeah, yeah, of course.
Okay, let's use it for reference and everyone share with me. Okay, not Vincent, but Leanne and Elson. Okay. So this one, introduction about the company, call to action. It is a script for Vincent's Loom And companies will ask you that, right? Okay, can you record a loom? Tell me more about yourself. Keep it under, 2 minutes and send it over by tonight. And you guys have to go and record, right? So this is the script that he prepared. What do you guys think of it?
I
Correct.
What? I.
You are correct.
Oh, okay, I
why
get what
you
you mean
say
now.
brilliant?
Hmm?
Why
Why
is you say
you
brilliant?
No, the end is right. Do you know why?
are you asking me?
Anyone?
You said to always talk about the company instead.
See,
Not so
that's
much
your
of
strength.
us.
That's your strength, Lian. Okay, you remember with your heart what I said. Okay, that's what emotional high EQ do. They remember with their heart. Okay, the high IQ can remember with their mind. Okay, different thing, different strength. Observe the pattern here. Okay, this is fine. Okay, this is also fine. Okay, this is fine. Why? Because you're demonstrating clarity on the ICA. Is correct. Okay. This one is also okay because you're selling your process. Okay. This one is also good because you are demonstrating that, look, I know about you guys and I am not someone who is going to sell what I don't live, right? I am health, fitness conscious as well. Okay. Plus, he attaches one pager. Okay. And he also noticed, I'm not sure if he put in a value bomb of leads, okay, but that's not important right now. Okay. So this is a case of the right technique, but not understanding the essence. What is the essence here? Is that it's not that I want to judge your experience. Could you have 5 years of, let's say, selling wealth or relationship products? Is that experience? It still may or may not be relevant, right? That's why when I tell you that, oh, I don't think you have the right experience, it's a very surface level objection. They don't tell you the real stuff. Okay. So what does a company care about?
Themselves.
Do they wake up and say that I want closers with experience? What do they more likely to say?
I want someone that can bring me more sales.
Yes, I want more sales for my business, right? Pretty basic, right? That's like you guys want more commission, right? Do you guys wake up and say I want a more experienced business owner? But if you met someone like your previous influencer, Elson, you would probably say that I want someone with the right experience. But it's so much more that goes into it, right? It's not the full story, right? But if he took it literally, he'd be like, what do you mean you want an influencer with more experience? Because why? You can't say all those reasons, right? So it's the same thing when someone gives you an objection, they can't tell you the full thing. And then my wife will ask me like, why? And I'm like, because it's not appropriate to say. You're gonna hurt feelings, right? You're gonna offend people. So what do you say? You say like, it's not the right fit, right? So now you know that okay, actually the company doesn't care about experience, they care about their bottom line. So when I apply to this position, how can I attack that or underlying belief rather than, oh, let me tell you why I actually have the right experience. Assuming that there's no problem with your delivery of words, the pronunciation, and your accent. Let's say you change it slightly and you slow it down and you voice each word slowly and clearly. It's going to feel very strange when you do it, but that's how Americans talk when they need to hear clarity. Let's say you got that part right. That's a huge uh, disadvantage off your shoulders. I have to show them that I know how to move a fitness lead to booking a fitness sales call to closing a fitness sale. So my value bomb, yes, it will contain the 10 to 20 leads. I will also attach another bomb, okay, that I can use a document, I can use Google Slides, I can use a PDF, whatever. I can use videos, okay, but my main focus is going to illustrate, okay, I've researched your company and I haven't researched this company, but assuming I have, okay, let's pretend I know it. I don't know it, okay. This company helps people achieve their fitness goals, which includes building muscle, achieving their dream physique, losing unwanted weight. Okay, so based on that, first of all, okay, hi grandma.
等一下，人家在看，哎呦妈！
No, it's okay, Elson.
看到有看到
She can be
吗？
part
没有，
of
因为
my
我在你
members
妈。
area video as well.
不要吃了，等一下别放别放，
等一下再吃多，等一下再吃。
讲话这样没有声音，他的衣服没穿的。
他哪里没有穿衣服？My grandma thought
I
you're
just
not wearing anything, Sean.
对了，他哪里有穿衣服？他每天都不穿衣服的，也不知道为什么。
是哦，光溜溜走来走去。Now almost all my family members are in your program already. A part of your members
yes,
area.
yes, they're all in my
Oh
program.
my goodness.
Okay, so as a closer, I want to demonstrate that I know what moves them from C to C to C, which is from content to conversation to call to close. Okay, that's 3 or 4 C's, depending on how you want to illustrate that. So for each slide, right, if Lian, you were value bombing, let's say a female business coach, right, or a female relationship coach, right, or Elson, you're bombing a finance coach, right, or whatever coach, you're going to demonstrate the same thing, which is look, because why? You cannot sell your experience. You don't have it yet. So just like your objection handling, it needs to be so clear that it's better than experience. Because what if your experience, what if someone with 5 years experience, Elson, you meet a closer with 5 years experience and you test them, okay? You say, I'll get back to you next week. You purposely do it to see their response, see their skill, see if they are legit. Right? Let's say now you book a call for a closer program just for fun, right? And the person, Elson, want to do my closer program, you can make 10K a month. And you're like, okay, just curious, how would you handle a time objection? And they say, oh, no, no, now is the right time. Why is not the right time? And then you'd be like, huh? Then you ask, how many years experience you have? You say, oh, I've been closing for 5 years. Then what happens in your mind? 5 years and you still close like that, right? So it's not about the time. Just like your role play that you uploaded, do you think the influencer care if you close for 2 years or 2 weeks? Do you think they're going to count 1.89, 1.91 years, 1.92 years? Do you think they're counting? No, if it's there, it's there, right? If it's there, it's there. It's not about the time. So when you value bomb, you can do your leads, give 10, give 20, then you do a second bomb. Okay, it shouldn't take you a lot of time, where you should have like a template ready-made, and then you can tweak it for a different niche. But whatever with 4 slides or 2 pages, it should simply show that look, from C to C to C to C, just like your time objection. I know the steps, and I'm not going to tell you that I know the step. I'm actually going to demonstrate it, just like your video, right? You didn't say that, look, I know the time objection. You didn't say that, right? You were already
Doing it, executing
doing
it.
it. Yes. So same with the second follow-up bomb. You say that, look, from a fitness, so what's the first step? It's content, right? I can already identify where they hang out. Where do they hang out? Dig up 3 or 4 or 5 POCs, points of congregations. Look, the overweight guys are here. The people who are investing in fitness programs are already in this group, right? And the people who need help with their fitness are probably, following this gym. So from the first C, which is content, congregation points. Why we want content is because we want to pull in these leads, right? And I can already identify for you 3 or 5. What am I demonstrating? I have no experience, but what am I demonstrating?
They know how to generate leads for them. But don't know how
Yes,
to.
correct. You are demonstrating that, first of all, look, I'm not a closer that waits for your calls. Okay? When I'm not on calls, you know what I'm doing? I'm not waiting for calls. I know how to hunt. Why is that relevant for the ICA? Rather than I, da da da, I, da da da. It's now changed to I know where your leads are. These two version, I, this, I, that. Flip it, I know where your leads are. How does this impact the ICA?
Talks to their benefit.
Remember when I started with my first question?
Experience.
What do business owners want?
More sales.
More sales, right? To them, if you can find all the POCs, it's a higher chance of sales. Why? Because everything is a formula, like I mentioned earlier, remember? If you talk to 50 people versus you talk to 100 people versus you talk to 1 people, it affects the formula, yes? Quality and quantity. The quantity does affect the formula at some point in time. So the fact that you can find 3 or 5 POCs, would you rather tell someone, I have 3 years experience, or will you show that, look, the first C, I got it covered? Which one has more weight?
Show, not tell.
Yeah, because your 3 years experience, who knows what is in your 3 years, right? So is it an experience problem? Okay, of course, the POC you show cannot be like weak, right? You have to really show a good POC, right? Like for my niche, you guys know where all the POCs are, right? You probably have the best grasp of my niche because you are the niche, right? That imagine you had the strength. You bomb the influencer, you say, I know where all your leads are. Here's the proof. 1 slide, just show. I don't know how you're gonna present it, right? But make it clean, make it minimalist. Okay, we will do it together. Okay, then we can file it in the members area. That's the first C, right? And the second C, what's after content? What's the second C, guys? What's the second C?
Conversation.
Conversation. Okay, so how do you show your influencer that, look, I have experience versus I can demonstrate booking calls for you?
When you come up with their when you value bomb them with the like new prospects and things like that, you really show that you know how to have a conversation with them.
Okay, which is more impactful? Telling the influencer, I can book calls for you, versus showing them the proof that you can book calls.
Showing
Once
them the
again,
proof.
it's showing, right? It's not tell. So how do you show that? Okay. Obviously, you have no experience. You will not be able to show that, look, I have booked a sales call with a fitness lead before, right? But guess what? That's why we did the one pager. You're going to pull out two, just two, okay? Two images, not two sets, two images, okay, that show that from text to call book. This is like Elson, yours is like 222, right? Yeah, just choose any two, not even six, just take two and say that once I know the points of congregation, okay, when I'm not on your calls, I know how to move them, whether it's from your pipeline or my own pipeline, I'll text them to get them on our calendar. And I know this screenshot that I'm showing is not in the fitness niche, but I believe that with your, support, with your feedback, I will be able to improve and refine or tweak what I'm doing, okay, to suit your fitness product that you have in company name. That's good enough because I'm showing, not telling, that I can book a sales call. This for the second C. Okay, and then the third C is what?
Close.
Close or call. Okay, again, your best role plays, your best calls, okay, not just the objection, okay, has to be on your one pager. So now you can simply just pull it out, okay, and the presentation of this, okay, if this were an email, you need to slot the proof of the claim that you're saying, right? If it's like points of congregation, sample link 1, sample link 2, sample link 3. The presentation matters. Then when it comes to calls, okay, when I'm not on sales calls, I know how to use text, right, to improve our call book ratio. Okay, sample text 1, sample text 2. Same with the call. Okay, closing inbound high ticket sales, okay, might not be a fitness product. Okay, but the call flow of how I handle calls professionally, link 1, link 2. Now, because what Vincent sent was a video, it's not a text, there's no way he's going to be able to sprinkle the presentation like this, right? But if Leanne and Elson, you're sending an email, you can present your links strategically. Okay, so if it's a video like this and I have no access to text, right, then you need to say it, right? One of the questions you guys asked in your form is, why am I a good fit for your company? So at this point, I'm not sure if I'm a good fit, but what I can share is from content, okay, using content to find the right points of congregation where your fitness, that people that need your offers are. I've actually listed 2 to 3 places that I know all your potential prospects, like it's a new source of leads that I will tap into when I'm not taking your calls. Done. There's 2, 3 sentences and you're done. Okay, you mentioned that I've attached somewhere, anywhere. I don't know where you're going to put it, but you've got to mention it. Then when I text them, I've also included a couple of samples of how I will use text to get them on a sales call. See attached. And as for calls, how I do it, okay, I generally follow a 3-step process of selling the problem, the process, the solution. Okay, and I've also included some samples. Okay, in between these 3 things that you are demonstrating is when you mention their company. I understand that your company does this. The way that I fulfill this C, demonstrate. I understand that your company does this. The way that I fulfill the next C is this. And from my research, which is what essentially Vincent is saying, okay? I understand that this is your mission, and this is the C that I'm going to demonstrate. I understand that when your prospects get on calls, like for example, Ashley, her goal from the testimonial I saw was to lose weight in 2 months after trying. And on my sales call, what I do is to help people like Ashley, okay, realize that do they have a problem that need to be fixed now. Okay, and I will plug in your company's signature process at Verdo Coaching. And in the end, what I'm doing as a closer, I'm closing the decision. On that call, I'm there to get their decision that it is time to lose weight. It is time to get their fitness in order. It is time to create the transformation that they have wanted. Okay, so the content is the same, okay, but with every pillar that you say, you got to substantiate it with your clarity on the what? From what to what to what? Business owners care about
Sales.
what's the thing before sales? To close a sale, you must get on a
Calls,
Call.
converse.
call. Call. Before call, converse. Before conversation, content. So regardless of the niche you apply, when you apply, your best bet is to demonstrate your clarity on moving people through these 3 or 4 Cs. Did I do a good job explaining, or am I losing you guys?
Is this for interview or like the Loom video or the form?
This is in Vincent's case, okay? The way that he's applying is that he submitted a form and then they ask him for a video. So the only way that he can express what I've just shared is through a video in which you have to say it and then mention the things that you're going to attach as proof of demonstration that I can find POCs, I can text, I can do calls. Following? But if you guys are not bounded by videos and you can use emails, now you have an advantage to actually, like your one pager, you can very nicely drop a link here and say, here's how I book calls, here's how I do sales. And you cannot just talk about you. In between your demonstration, you have to
Talk about them.
talk about them. Show that, look, I know who Ashley is. Do you guys know who Ashley is? You don't. Only Vincent knows because he did his research, right? Do you know Verdo's mission? You don't. Only Vincent knows because he did his research, right? So his problem is not that he didn't do his research. His problem is not that he didn't demonstrate his process or, he did all the right steps. But you must know what is the essence. The essence is not experience. The essence is not experience, right? I want you to have more experience. No, the essence is,
Whether you know how to do something.
yes, I want results and I want to see your process to get the results. Can you show them results?
Yes.
Lian, can you show them results?
Yeah.
How? How you show them results?
You mean like how you show the 3 Cs on the Loom?
No, that's the process. So companies want results, they want sales, right?
Yeah.
Can you guys show them results?
No.
You can't, because you don't have experience yet, right? So what I'm saying is, yes, you cannot show results, but
Show
You can
the
demonstrate your understanding.
yes, show them the clarity of your understanding. How do you show that? Do you say, hey, I'm clear? Do you do that? And how?
show the proof.
Yeah, I cannot hear you.
Show the proof.
You illustrate. You have no proof yet. You need to illustrate. That's why your one pager is so important, because from day one, I already know that businesses, companies will ask these things all the time. They are not asking for experience. Even when they check your experience, they are still checking your clarity of understanding, your professionalism, your substance. At no point in time are they counting 4 years is better than 3 years. 3 years is better than 2 years. They are not tracking your experience. So all of sales is in your clarity of your understanding. And what they want is the moving across the 4 C's from content, conversation, call to close. Okay? So Vincent, does this help improve your navigation when you are approaching companies?
Yes.
They remember they want more sales. So your bombs has to draw out the 3 and 4 C's. Okay? Questions?
So for the Loom videos, you just like give a presentation kinda to show the thing or
So looms are typically kept under 3 minutes. 2 minutes, or the worst, you're only given 60 seconds. Okay, so in that time frame, you have to demonstrate your understanding of the company, which is what Vincent did, and demonstrating your clarity on the 3 C's. Let's shorten it to conversation, call, close. You cannot talk about yourself. That's it. And that's what everyone will do. I am very hardworking. I am, very what. No. Talk about the company. Okay, a little bit about yourself, then company and the 3 C's. When you talk about the 3 C's, you mention the assets that you have attached. Hopefully, you have space to attach stuff. If not, worst case scenario, you say that I can provide these demonstrations on request. How I set, how I prospect, how I close. Okay. Questions, Elson, Vincent?
so you talk about yourself first, then talk about business, then talk about the 3C.
Yes, a brief introduction. Hey, it's Lian. I am a professional closer. That's it. And from my understanding, your company does this. Therefore, I've done my own research and I found 3, 4, 5 places where I think your potential clients congregate, so that when I'm on calls, I hope this demonstrates that I know how to hunt and get in additional revenue for your company. What am I talking? Revenue. Also, following?
Yep.
That's part one. And then when I'm not on calls, I will not sit back and wait for calls. I understand, like you help people like Ashley and James, that I've seen those testimonials and I know how to text them. I'm not saying I have experience, I say I know how to text them. Proof attached, 2 screenshots. Simple. And then on calls, I will gladly learn how you guys are doing your calls, what works for you guys. But in general, I follow us selling the problem, process, solution sequence. And from my understanding, you help people, who are overweight, who are not having the dream physique to get to their desired ideal health fitness goals. So the way I do that is to map out what's the problem that they need to solve now. Your company's signature process, which I believe is the ABC method. Okay, if you can find, that's great. Okay, and ultimately my goal is to close them on a decision. Okay, to improve their health for the better. At this point in time, I mentioned nothing about my experience. Nothing. It's all clarity on how I move. Now you got to think, if you are the business owner and you hear this, would you hire this person or hire another person? Hey, I got 15 years real estate experience. I've sold millions. Who would you hire?
The one that demonstrated the
Yeah, now
skills.
your advantage and disadvantage is not so far apart already, right? Now you actually have a big fighting chance, if not a better chance than the person saying, I got 15 years, I sold B2B, I sold, millions of dollars. I, and you did nothing like that. You're saying that your company, your leads, your clients, and I help move, I help move, I help move. You know how business owners love it when they hear this? Like me, if now someone tell me, Sean, you're busy, I help you move, this proof. I help you move, this proof. Right? Do you think I'll ask, do you have experience? I might, but it's not relevant anymore because I'm like, you made a claim and that's proof. Like, so do I ignore it? Like, what would it cost me to ignore this bomb, this value bomb? And you already sent me 5 leads, you sent me 10 leads. You are giving me no reason to ignore this bomb, you understand? When you are inside a team and you sell to other people, the game is the same. When you reach out to them, again, you're going to value bomb the person. Okay, but that will be, we'll deal with it when that time comes. Okay, but otherwise it's the same. Okay. How, Vincent, any questions for me?
Nope. I gotta go. That's my question.
Okay, Vincent. Okay, anything, just text me. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Okay. So that's all I have for you this week. Before I stop the recording, any questions from me? Okay, Lian?
No, I will strengthen that part when it comes.
Yes.